There are two ways to set up Wix forms on your Wix website. The first way is by clicking on Add Elements from the left-hand side panel, and then on Contact and Forms. You can either create a new form by starting from scratch to create your own custom form, add an existing form by using or updating a previously saved form to add to your Wix site, or you can use one of Wix's pre-made forms. These include contact, order, inquiry, scheduling, registration, application, request, waiver, subscribe, catering, donation, and feedback. Select one of these Wix forms that you enjoy, such as this first feedback form over here, and then click on it to add it to your Wix site editor. As you can see, a pop-up will appear saying Adding Wix Forms. Once your Wix form has been added to your Wix website, you can then click on Edit Form from its individual toolbar to access the Wix Forms dashboard. From here, you can add different form fields. These include contacts, general, choices, dates, service inquiry, payments, buttons, or layout elements. You can also click on Rules on the left-hand side to add conditional rules to your form. This is where you use logic to change fields based on people's answers. To get started with conditional rules on Wix forms, click on Add Rule at the bottom. This is an if-then option. In the if section, you can select the first name, last name, email, rate or services, what did you like best, as well as the how can we improve fields. The then options include give us your feedback, we'd love to hear what you thought about us, first name, last name, email, rate or services. So for instance, if the first field includes rate or services and the condition is equal to 1, for instance, so if it's a bad rating, and in the then field add how can we improve and have that as required, because you want to hear your feedback if the rating is low. To save this conditional rule from your Wix form, just click on Save Rule at the bottom. You can also click on Pages from the left-hand side to add pages to your Wix form. This makes it easier for people to complete long forms by breaking them up into pages. To get started with Wix pages and your Wix forms, click on Add Page at the bottom. In the second page over here, you can then click on the 3 little dots to rename it or delete it, and then click on Add from the left-hand side panel to drag and drop fields to create your form. This can include, for instance, a phone number, as well as an address. With any of these fields in your Wix forms, you can drag and drop them to reposition them, as well as then click on them to customize each of these fields further from the right-hand side. For instance, with the address field, you can change the field title, make it a required field, hide the field, add a placeholder text, as well as a field description. You can also click on Advanced on the right to limit characters, as well as add a field key. Up top, you can go through the different sections over here to see your Wix form in action. From Edit, you can then click on Preview to view what your Wix form will look like. On Settings, to access the settings of your Wix form, such as the form name, required field style, asterisk placement, confirmation message for your Wix form, such as what happens when your form is submitted, as well as the confirmation message if that is the option you choose, message display time, as well as seconds displayed, notifications and automations, where you can see new submission received for feedback, what happens. So for instance, a form is submitted and then you receive an email, as well as add a workflow card when a form is submitted, install checkout to add payment fields, create form validations using functions, adding a spam filter settings, include form status such as set expiration date and limit submissions, as well as the language and regional format. Under submissions, you can view who has submitted your Wix form, spam, as well as trash. Once you're customizing all of the settings for your Wix form, click on Save on the top right-hand side. Let's X out of this Wix Forms pop-up and then click on Settings. From here, you can also view the form settings, change its layout, change the form design, including the form background, form fields, header and paragraph, as well as buttons, as well as manage your forms, where you can review submissions, create forms, and update settings. You can also access support for your Wix forms if you're encountering an issue with your form. Now let's delete this form over here we added so that I can show you the second way you can set up forms on your Wix website. You can do so by clicking on Design section and then clicking on Form from the left-hand side. From here, you can select one of the available Wix form pre-made design sections, such as this first one over here. Then, just like with any Wix form or Wix page, you can customize the elements by clicking on them. For instance, you can change the page background, you can click on the text to change the text that appears, as well as on the Wix form at large to access the Wix form settings, such as the main settings, general settings, submit message, payment, conditions, contacts, automations, email marketing, and support. You can also click on Add New Field to add a different field to your Wix form. These include contact fields, basic fields, advanced fields, as well as anti-spam. You can access the same section under Elements. You can also click on Layout to change your Wix form layout, including the text layout and form layout. Under Design, you can discover more Wix form designs or click on Customize Design to change the input fields, submit button, and form background. Under Animation and Effects, you can add an animation to your Wix form, and if you do select one, you can then click on Customize at the bottom to customize that animation you added to your Wix form even further. You can also click on Help if you're encountering any issues with your Wix forms. Once you're done adding and setting up forms to your Wix website, make sure to click on Publish on the top right-hand side to make your changes active. If you want even more Wix tips and tricks, make sure to click on the video on the screen right now.